Well, hello everyone, this is Rick Passek, the Flyfish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we will be tying a little Damsel Leechy type pattern, a little Damsel wet fly, kind of, you'll see. Going to be using one of my favorite products from Upavon. It's the bug body in olive, and then just some light olive marabou, some yellow or all light olive thread, and like I said, the bug body, which, sorry, I'll show you guys in a second here. I'm going to wax my thread because it is nano silk. It will slippy. So come back right to that bend and stop just before that bend. Then I'm going to come back forward, take some of my marabou. This one's not the best. This is Vineyards marabou. And that one is definitely not the best. There, that one's much better. So I just, I stroke it down, and then I will grab about 2 finger widths off of the, see if you can see that, 2 finger widths off of the quill, and I'll strip it and fold it over. I'll strip it and I'll fold it over. I'll strip it and I'll fold it over. That gives me about that 2 finger width little package. It's a bit of a mess, so I'm just gonna turn it, and I want a fairly long tail on this, about like that. We're gonna cut it about there. I do want a fairly long tail. I can always nip it a little bit by hand in the field if I'm getting short strikes, but I definitely want a bit of a longer tail on this one. About 2.5 times the length of the body. So I'm gonna go under and over the marabou, under and over the marabou, and under and over. I always do that. That might be just a habit now, but I always do that 3 times. And that's about the length I want. Could go tiny bit shorter, but that's about the length I want. Now I'm going to grab 1 strand of the Pearl Flash from Upavon. Just 1 strand. And I'm going to tie that in on my side. Okay, come on. Tie that in on my side. It's not cooperating with me. There we go. And get it. And then I'll get this on your side. Kind of tied in. Stay out of the way. And right to the tail. I'll grab your side. Sorry for that, I have to turn it, but if I want it exactly where I want it, that's the best way. I'll show you in a second. It is where it is. So there. That's how I want it. Just 1 really thin strand. And then I'm going to cut this at the longest part of the tail. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to grab my bug body. And I'm just going to expose that center core here. Expose that center core, tie that in right to the back, and then I'll just nip off that little bit of excess there of the core. Bring this right forward to the bead, and then I'm just going to wrap this, and as I wrap it, I'm going to make it so this cord is always facing kind of backwards. You'll see when I start here. And then you can leave a little bit of space if you want. About like that. And then I will tie this off, leaving a bit of space in the front here. I'll cut that off. Okay, and then I was like taking my brush and just brushing this out a bit. Just getting it nice movement there. It's got a little bit of that flash in it and stuff. It's excellent stuff. So then I'm going to take a soft tackle. I like using sometimes I'll go green, but a lot of times I like using like tan or even something that's got just the hint of red in it. And I just got to make sure that it's not too long of a hackle. So I just got it down on my table here. I just bought these down at the Denver show, fly fishing show last week. So, okay. I'm just going to strip off all that underfluff stuff that I don't need. A little bit more. There we go. And I'm going to tie this in by the butt, right behind there. So I'm going to go back to where I stopped with my bug body. Tie that off. Grab my hackle plier, and I want to bend this forward just to not break the stem, but just to soften that stem up a bit. And then I'll do 2 to 3 turns here, stroking my material backwards. And this is going to end up being my little legs, typical of a damsel. And like I said, I do want to, often I do it with a contrasting color. I don't use an olive. I will use an olive, but a contrasting color like this, right? And stroke all that back. And then just fill in behind that bead. Get your whip finisher out. 1 set of whip finishes, usually 3 to 4 turns. And then I'll grab my Renomed pliers here, just so I can get right down to that bead. And I'll just wiggle while I'm holding my thread tight, and just wiggle and break that off. Come back again. 1 turn, another 3 to 4 turn whip finish. Cut off my thread, and she's done. She's completed. Like I said, I'll do this in multiple different styles, but and I could have, with this one, that feather was actually a lot thicker than I thought, which is fine, but I could have done this by stripping off the leading edge, so when you go around, it won't be as thick, because you don't want a ton of legs. Like, this is about as bushy as I'd want this fly. I wouldn't want it any bushier. But again, the focus on this is really this bug body. This stuff is just excellent for doing little hackles if you want, for the bodies themselves. I've even used this as just a collar up front, just tying this as a collar right in behind here. See how it kind of spikes up like that? But because it's so supple, this will slick right back, right? You get it wet, it slicks right back. So, and you can even twist this stuff up and build a body like this as well. So you get even spikier of a body. It's all up to you how you do it. But this bug body from Upavon's great stuff. Comes in several different colors. So, alrighty. Like I said, super long tail on this one. So if I'm starting to get false hits, I'll just separate out those 2 pieces of tinsel, and then I'll just grab and pinch. Right? Just grab and pinch off my marabou, and then cut those 2 pieces of tinsel. You don't want to ever cut marabou, but it's easy enough to just take it like this, separate those 2 pieces of tinsel out, and pinch that off, right? So, all right. I'll just give you a quick show of what it looks like when it's wet. Really slicks back. And you can see that bug body underneath, how it kind of gets all buggy, right? If you get rid of that hackle, how buggy that looks, right? So, and it gets that natural little rib from that cord, right? That's in here. So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Tight lines, everyone.